Hello, hello. Welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a treat for you here today. We started kind of early today due to the lockdown that they have here in Texas. So we starting at 3, a little bit late, but we had some things we had to get tied up before we get even started. I'm going to now we have a special lady here. Very beautiful. I've been watching her for a minute. She is a model. She's an actress, a poet, a single mother, and an artist of an upcoming CD. We're going to introduce Miss Fiiire, Stephanie Nious.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Miss Spicy.
Thank you
Great.
for coming in. We were so excited. I know it's been a long week, and I've been on edge just waiting for you to come in.
I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm excited. This is an honor and a privilege for me to be here.
Uh-huh.
So just thank you
Oh,
so
you're
much.
so welcome. I
for-
thank you. I'm so appreciative that you came in. This is a big thing for us. I'm so
Yes.
excited for you. We're going to talk about some things, including the upcoming CD, which some of y'all been seeing on my post. She has a CD that's going to be dropping real soon. I think this week.
It dropped this
It dropped
today.
already? Oh, really? Congratulations.
Today, you get
So
the
y'all look out for
goodies.
this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I've been watching it all morning on YouTube. That's why I'm late. I'm behind a whole bunch of stuff. You've been
Yes.
watching me, listening to me, but it's been wild.
Yes, I had listened to a piece of it before it actually came out. And I mean, it's very, very powerful. Even the tone that you take within a CD, Butterflies. I'm going to tell you personally, everybody, you have to get the CD, download it because it's very, very enlightening. It's very empowering. And I'm going to tell you personally, I can feel every word that she speaks in this. Um, you was a model. Well, you're still a model.
Yes.
And from what I've seen, you have modeled for one guy I do know in particular,
Yes.
and that is Mr.
Edward
Edward
Jones with R40 Photo and Media.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. With Southern Style Magazine and photographer Mr. Edward Jones, which he himself received a reward. I am so proud of him for his outstanding work in photography, the
Yes.
magazine, and everything.
He's amazing.
I personally also worked with him on one occasion with the magazine in August edition. I think it was last year.
Okay.
But what was your experience with him personally, with Mr. Edward?
It's magic. He pushes you. With me, we kind of sit down, and we come up with this concept, and we say, okay, what are we gonna do?
Right.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And then, if it's not right, he's not gonna put it out there.
Right.
He's not going to make you look like something that you're not.
Right.
He's not going to pretend.
Right.
And I just really like the way he gets the angles right and the
Right.
lighting is right and everything. But the one thing is when you know when you've got that one picture that he likes, when he pulls the camera back and he looks at it and he goes, that means
Yeah,
that's the
he
one.
got it. He
That's
got
the
it.
one. Yes, he captured with the vision. It's been magical. It's been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, because
working
I know
with
I've
him.
seen the pictures that you modeled in and that he worked with you on. And I mean, it's something to where you can actually feel the motion in it, feel the mode in the picture, especially when you had one with your head going back. It's like you could actually experience and feel the atmosphere just by looking at the photo. And that's what I
supposed to be. I want to take you on the journey that I'm going on.
right. 'Cause,
Yes.
did he also do the cover for the CD?
The photo ever of me, that's him.
Wow.
The photo on Four Beautiful Butterflies,
And as you see
that's
there,
him. Yes, that's Mr. Edwards' work. Due to the virus,
right.
some things had to be kind of pushed back.
Right.
Video, some other things, but we are still going. That's still in the planning stages. So
Right.
when everything calms down and everything is safe for everyone, then video. Come on now,
Yeah.
we gotta give it to ya.
Exactly. Now, being a experienced model, what other appearance have you partaken in before the camera?
I had the opportunity of doing my first play with Mr. Michael Gray about 2 years ago, Shadows at the Altar.
Yeah.
And I played Lucifer's helpmate.
Uh-oh.
And we so happen that the second
Right.
addition to it is coming out in August. We had to do some revamping.
Right.
This time I take over and I get to play Lucifer.
Uh-oh.
I've worked with Indy Wood
Okay.
in about 4 short films.
Okay.
So, and those are things I've never done before.
Okay.
You know, nurse by trade.
Okay. Medical
Veteran.
field. Okay.
Yes, U.S. Army.
Okay.
And
How many years was you in the service?
I was in the service for 8 years.
Okay.
After finishing nursing school, it just seemed better being a single mom.
Right.
To have the time.
Okay.
For my children.
Exactly. As being a single mom myself, it's a lot of sacrifices you have to do.
Yes.
Now, as an actress, as you already spoke of with Michael Gray, we're going to give a shout out to Michael Gray.
Hey, Michael.
I've heard different opinions, different levels from different people that acted in his plays and also did with him one-on-one. As an actress, I know you have acted in plays for one of San Antonio's great playwright, which we just mentioned, which was Michael Gray.
Yes.
Shadows at the Altar, and an upcoming play called Cries of a Wounded Soul.
Yes.
Okay. What other plays have you acted in besides
That's it.
Those are the only ones?
Those are the only 2 thus far. But I can see it. I can visualize it. It's about to take off.
Okay.
I'm very interested in doing a one-woman monologue.
Oh, wow.
About my life. And now that I have the album
right
to kind of play behind,
right,
it'll be so much more easier and freeing.
Yes. It's just like the album's going to become your baby. Just like I see with my book, it's like my baby. I got to take it where I go. And it's like a cradle onto it.
Yes.
So it's like your CD now, it's like, that's my baby. In your own words, how is it working for a talented, gifted playwright as Michael Gray?
It has been so much fun.
Really?
Michael is hard, but he pushed me to be something that I didn't see me being. And I thank him for that.
Yeah.
He's very supportive. Anything that I do, any pictures I put out, even the album, he's very supportive.
Yes.
He's there.
Right.
You know, even when situations are kind of rough, you know, and I'll be like, Mike, I just can't do this today. He's like, Steph, I understand.
Yeah, and me knowing Michael personally, that's what I've picked up from him. He has a very good heart.
Yes, he does.
Very good listener, and he does what he can to help.
Yes.
And but he also, when he sees something in the person,
yes,
he strives to.
Yes, he's me, but like, okay, I get you.
Right.
I see it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. What is your character in the plays that you have acted in? You mentioned the one about the devil's sidekick.
Yes, I was the female version of Lucifer, and this time I am Lucifer.
Uh-oh. So
I hope I'm not giving up too much away, Michael, but it's going to be very enticing for you to come out and see.
Right.
Me.
I think he's going to be okay with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is any other characters you act as anything like Stephanie Nious?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay, great.
No, not
now that you tell me,
no.
because I didn't know what your character is now, I was like, okay.
No, I am nothing like that. I'm a person with a very deep heart.
Okay, so to do this character that you're doing in the plays, where do you draw from in order to bring it to life?
The hurt me.
Exactly. I feel you on that.
Yes, the one that was hurt, the one that was tortured, the one that was battered, the one that walked the storm.
Right.
I pulled from her. And then I also pulled from the me that wants to have fun.
Right.
Because I actually can say, and I have a track called I Loved the Devil. Firsthand.
Okay.
So when you've walked a relationship with him, you can kind of see who he is, and you're like, oh, so this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it.
So do you see yourself, being that you have acted in these plays, do you see yourself ever directing a play, as being that you've seen Michael at his work? do you foresee your future in doing a play yourself?
Mm, no, no, I don't want to do that.
You don't do this?
No, the only one that I do want to that I want to have hands hands on with is the monologue play
Okay.
about my life.
Yeah, and I've also seen, I think that's the first time. Was you there? I think the first time I seen you was at the Her to Journey
Yes.
with Nikita.
Yes, you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yes.
I know I was just hosting. I wasn't acting.
But she
anything.
was an amazing host. She kept you connected. She just let it flow from one artist to the next
Right.
artist. She let you, even in the midst, you felt the compassion, and you never let it drop.
Yeah, that was my first time being at something like that, and a monologue and being surrounded around women that can relate to what I've been through
Yes.
in my past.
It's powerful.
And it was very proud. And I know the second time I seen you was at the comedy show with Dre Coop.
Yes.
And I was like, I know I got a glance at you at the Her Journey, but when I seen you at the comedy show, I was like, wow, that is a beautiful woman.
Thank you so much.
And then the eyes looking up, and I was like, wow. It's like, to me personally, and people do not get this wrong because I love men, but you took my breath away. It's just something about your expression.
Wow.
And it's like something you see in a person, you're like, wow. And then, it's like I had to hurry up and switch the gears and get on stage and just turn into a different character because, I know Dre expected something out of me. But I thank God for when I did come down there and I look, it's like your face was the first person I see before I see Michael Grant on the side. But you're the first person I see, and it's just like, wow.
Man, you don't even.
Oh, don't cry because I'm going.
No,
I'm a big crybaby.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand. I dealt with low self-esteem.
Yes.
And I was bullied.
Yes, I understand that.
Growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt no worth, no value.
Right.
And when women say to me,
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, you're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying and hoping you see the inner beauty, the healing resonate.
Yes.
Now, I tell everyone, me being put together, Spicy told me, Stephanie, come relaxed. This is my relaxed.
Yes.
Because if I feel together from head to toe, hair,
Right.
makeup, outfit, shoes,
Mm-hmm.
accessories, then it used to mask
Right.
all the turmoil and the hurt and the
Right.
brokenness on the inside.
Right.
So it was a facade. It was a mask.
Right.
But now it's just something I love to do.
Exactly.
I don't get to go out the house that much.
Right.
I don't, like I'm really laid back now. I've been recovering from 3 major surgeries. So when I do get to go out,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to give you my best.
Yes, and you are the best. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I tell everybody comes on here. I'm like, I just want y'all to be comfortable. Don't feel like, because some people, I know sometimes when I dress up, it makes me feel uptight.
Mm-hmm.
And so when people come on here, I want them to be like more relaxed. Let's have some fun. Let's just be comfortable with one another.
Yes.
And to me, you are wow. I love that suit. I'm telling you, when you step through that door, I'm like, I gotta have that suit.
Look,
Yeah.
look. I want to thank Miss Pat Moore
Okay.
with Envious Fashion and Boutiques. I reached
Okay.
out to her when I knew I was going to have your interview,
Mhm.
and I said, Pat, what?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to shine with me.
Oh.
So we tried on some different things,
Right.
and here I am. The suit,
And don't
the
she
shirt,
look good?
The
She
shirt
look
and
good,
everything
right?
is me. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
She looks real good.
Thank you.
No, but I understand what you meant about this low self-esteem because, when I told you, I could kind of feel you and I relate to you when we first, we got to talking and everything, and I got to opening up to you. Coming up in school, as everybody know, I was exposed to domestic violence, but coming up, I always felt like I was the ugly duckling. I expressed it to my big mama, and it used to hurt me because I felt like I was that ugly person. And it's like, after then, I started hearing, oh, you still have such pretty eyes. And so, it was like I started wearing sunshades, or I just put my head down because that's not what I wanted people to see of me. Because it was just like my grandmother used to say, you know, the outside of the shell doesn't get you nowhere in life. It's your mind and your heart.
Yes.
And that's where I always pulled from. And that's why I always said, all I ever wanted was somebody to love me, just to love me. And I mean, that doesn't cost nothing,
No.
And so, like when I got older, I was a tomboy. I wore the basketball shorts and ponytail in the back of the head. And, I just didn't like makeup. I didn't like the dressing up. And I never did like dresses. And it's weird because I didn't get it. When people see my pictures with the dresses, I didn't get into dresses until I started becoming a publisher. Because then it was like a published author, because my publisher was just like, you have to show an image. You have to represent what you're doing with your book if you want people to see you. And I was stubborn because I was like, no, I don't want to dress up. I don't like dresses. I used to pull the buttons off. I would just rip the ruffles off.
Yes.
And but when I got older, it was just like when I started hearing people say, "You're beautiful," and I was like, I never would believe it. I thought they was being funny, or it's just something they wanted out of me.
No, you are.
And thank you. So it was like when I hear it, especially for guys, I was like, oh, they just want something. That's why even when I would start work, they'd be like, oh, you're such a beautiful person. I'm like, take your hungry self back home. Because that's the way I felt,
I get it.
But, now I found when I learned how to love myself, I started seeing that beauty within myself.
I get it.
And in that path of that, I was able to see some people through their eyes.
Yes.
And that's why I say, it wasn't your hazel eyes I seen. It was the love. When I just first seen those eyes just look up at me, it was just like, one, a connection.
Yes.
And then two, it's like I seen that love in your eyes.
I have so much love. If anyone knows me, I always had love.
Right.
I've been a caregiver by nature.
Right.
I took care of my mother. Then after my mother passed when I was very young, I took care of my siblings. Mm-hmm. And then my children.
Right.
But then I didn't know how to take care of me.
Yeah.
I didn't,
And did you ever hear that phrase? Because I know I went through counseling to help myself. And other people I come across, they'd be like, what about you? What about doing something for you? What about taking care of you?
It wasn't until my daughter left to go to, my baby left to go to college.
Right.
She is a sophomore at the Prairie View A&M University. I might have to say that right.
Yeah. Congratulations to her.
But I have 4 beautiful children, 2 daughters, 2 sons, that are very talented and gifted themselves. And I had no excuses anymore.
Right.
She was gone. That first semester, I stayed in bed because it was like, what am I supposed to do with myself?
Right.
My purpose is gone.
Yeah.
And then I too, because I have bipolar and PTSD, and my therapist gave me the opportunity to get into a DBT therapy group.
Right.
Dialectical behavioral therapy, which basically, due to trauma,
right,
at a young age, you stop growing mentally.
Exactly.
And I did not acquire the tools necessary to be successful. It affected my relationship with myself, my relationship as a mother, when I was married, my relationship, my spiritual walk, financially. It just hit me in so many different places.
Right.
But, man, DBT has taken the stranglehold that I had placed on myself.
Right.
Because getting that diagnosis was like, oh, man, this is a life sentence?
Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand
Yes,
that.
it was a life sentence. And I just felt like, okay, I'm stuck in here. I was walking around in a mental jail.
Right.
In a free world.
Right.
And it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, we both have stories that, in triumphs that we have overcame in crosses. And a lot of people don't understand, even going through abuse, suffering with bipolar, and PTSD. It's an illness. It doesn't mean that you're crazy. It
No,
means there's an
it's
illness
not.
there. But we can help one another. We can help ourselves.
Yes.
And I know with me, what helped me was the meditation.
Yes.
And people just don't
Ah.
understand. They say, okay, well, you need to go to anger management or you need counseling. Sometimes that don't always help because when you leave that session, you have to wonder, okay, what am I going to do now? I'm out of that room.
But that's the thing with me that DBT, which deals with mindfulness, with meditation is. Mindfulness is staying in the moment.
Right.
Stay right there, breathe, feel what you feel, but don't judge your thoughts.
Exactly.
When I learned to stop judging me, when I let go of shame,
Exactly.
when I let go of lies, pretending to be something that I was not, ashamed of who God made me to be. Come on now. I was walking around strangling myself. But when I tell you the truth about who I am, you see me. You see who he created.
Exactly.
And when I say I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, you better watch yourself in my meditation.
Exactly.
It keeps me grounded. It
Yeah.
does. So when I saw that with you, I was like, that's another thing we have in common.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it's, I don't know. I sit there and sometimes I say, God, you have such a good sense of humor, because even from the day that I said, what is my purpose? Why am I here?
Yes.
And God just started placing people there.
Come
That
on.
was good for me. But then he also had to show me how to eliminate from the ones that's not good for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes that even means family. Even
Ah.
even though it does hurt,
Yes.
and you still love them. And sometimes you be like, Lord, I don't understand. Even if you say, this is my mother,
Yes.
this is my dad, this is my own sister,
Yes.
you think they would be there to say, here's my hand, I'm here. But when you get to the point to where you feel like you have no one, you have to remember God is always there.
Yes.
And that's what I had to remember, because it was like when I stood in that mirror and I looked at myself and I said, why? Why am I here?
Why?
Because I'm tired of the pain.
Come
If
on.
that's what I'm here for.
Come on.
But then he had to show me, okay, daughter, you want to know why you asked the question? Here it is. And I can honestly look at you and say, here it is. Here it is.
Ah.
And I thank God for you.
Thank you.
Because now you're here to help others to heal, to help them to grow, to show that they can do it.
Yes.
And I want to say, not only thank you, Jesus, but thank you. Thank you, my fire. We appreciate and love you for this.
Welcome. You are so welcome. It's time to heal some souls.
Yes.
It is. In the midst of writing this, this was not planned. I want you to
know.
understand that.
I hear that.
Even
Yes.
everybody, I wasn't thinking about an album. Me? What? Because I do not sing. I didn't mean for it to just rhyme, but they're love letters to myself at different ages.
Right.
And it was my therapy to help me heal.
Wow.
Because it was some things that I needed to say and some things I needed to get out.
Right.
And that's the one thing with meditation. It teaches you just to breathe.
Exactly.
So I had to just breathe my way through this. After recording certain ones, I realized, whoa, you hadn't dealt with that yet.
Right.
So I had to learn to be gentle with myself.
Exactly.
Go home. I may have stayed in the bed for 2 days, just get up to eat, do the basics, and get right back there.
Yeah, I understand you. And I mean, the other thing Cedric Bellamy, he was here 2 weeks in a row. I thank God for that powerful man.
Wow.
He is so intelligent, so gifted, so loving, and just have that good heart to want to help others. And I'm going to tell you, it's just like I could say, Nikita, when I seen her CD release, I was like, at the point, I was like, you know what? I would love to do a CD like that, because I think about the ones that are blind. I want them to be able to hear it.
That's it.
But then I'm going to say, when I heard Your Butterflies, I was just like, this has got to happen. You inspired me to push mine even further.
Come on.
so that we can both help others out
Come on.
in this, not just the community, but in this world.
Yes, it's time to heal.
Because there are people out there, their hearts are crying out.
Yes.
And they need people just like Miss Fiiire
Yes.
to say, I can do it.
It's time to heal.
Yes.
I did not know why I had to endure so much hurt and so much pain and so much anger and so much turmoil. Why was I not afforded the opportunity to have a mom and a dad? Thank you to my grandparents who did the best that they could with what they have. And I know that now, being a mother and being a grandmother, I have 8 grandchildren, 7 grandsons, and 1 granddaughter.
Oh, that's a blessing.
And she is going to be the one to know I am enough. The generational curse that's been on my family of women, that has to cease.
Exactly. I hear you.
It has to go. And I look at her every time I have the opportunity to be around her. I look at her and I tell her, I said, baby, look at grandma. I said, you are beautiful. You are smart. You are more than enough. I tell them all that, but I especially have to tell her that.
Right.
Being a female offspring,
right,
part of my legacy. Right. I want her to know that you are invincible.
Exactly.
You can do anything.
Exactly. And then, we have to speak into our grandchildren.
Yes.
Because being that we have been through the crosses that we have overcame, we as grandmothers also try to shield them and to show them the keys so they wouldn't have to be weakened to these things that's coming. Because as a generation keeps going,
yes,
things are getting even worse.
Come on.
And they got to learn how to stand. They got to learn how to fight.
Yes.
And we're that example for them. And that's one thing I say, I thank God for my grandmother, the one that was steady in prayer. Steady in prayer. That was a strong woman. She didn't have much, but she was rich because of love that buried in her heart, the fight that she stood, and how she kept God right there.
Yes.
That was a rich woman. And that's why I explain with some people that, if money cannot make you feel rich.
No.
It cannot make you feel rich. When you finally, this is one thing I could say. When I finally begun to learn how to love myself.
Man, come on.
When I realized the value within myself.
Speak.
And when I learned that to take those words and say, you know what? That oil is not sticking to that drawing. That's not me.
I like that.
Me, I feel rich.
Yes. I feel free.
Yes. And that feeling of free, a lot of people don't understand what we mean.
No.
I know when you say free, I know what free means because I remember that day when I got away from my ex-abuser. And I didn't know how I ended up in San Marcos in the middle of a parking lot. And I'm just looking around. And when that phone rang and she was like, where are you? What are you doing down there? All I can say is, I'm free. I'm free.
You cannot do anything. You cannot find your value. You cannot find your worth. You cannot love if you cannot claim that you are free.
Exactly.
There are so many things that hold us hostage. There are so many things that, like I said, I was strangling myself with my own hands.
Yeah, I hear you.
With my own life, with the way that I was doing it. I didn't, I'm like, okay, you giving me this. My mom was a heroin addict. She had her own battle. Did it mean she didn't love me? No. She did the best she could with what she had. Right. But that did affect me.
Right.
Because then you start to deal with abandonment issues.
Exactly.
In one piece, I asked God, I said, I don't know, who my dad is. I said, I just want to gaze into his eyes and see a glimpse of me.
Right.
That's all I want. I'm asking for simple things. Yes. I deal with loneliness. Yes. Because when you make mistakes, now listen to me, I have made some mistakes due to my diagnosis and not taking care of them
Right.
the way that I should have, not having the tools. I haven't been the greatest mother. And I understand that the letters started with me writing letters to my adult children,
Right.
asking them to forgive me.
And you know what?
I
That's
did.
when you really become a great woman and a great mother. And when you could stand there and tell your kids, just like I had to tell mine, I'm sorry. I apologize. I made a mistake.
Yes.
And the one thing I can say is that I vowed to them never to have them go through it again. Those love letters are your healing.
Yes. And I had to tell them. I had to say, me writing this is not going to take away the hurt.
Exactly.
Because I'm 51.
Yes.
I lost my mother when I was 11. 40 years. Right. I've walked in the wilderness.
And I don't know if y'all kind of thinking the same thing I'm thinking, but when she says she's 51, I'm looking like, yeah, right. Yeah, she looks good. She looks young.
Yes.
I mean, 51. Wow. Grandmothers are getting better. Grandmothers getting better.
Look. How you doing? I want to thank everybody that is tuned in.
Yeah, thank
that
you,
are my
everyone.
friends. I do want to thank you. I don't take any of you lightly. Thank you for your support and just being here, sending your positive energy and your vibes.
Exactly.
But yes.
And if any of y'all out there want to call in, please call in. The number is 512-668-2814. If you have any questions to Stephanie Nious, the Fiiire, please call in. We have a comment from Nikita McClure.
Hi,
that's
my
our
girl.
baby. She says both are beautiful. Oh, thank you.
So are you. Yes.
Yes. And I mean, she's beautiful inside and out.
She is. I met Nikita a long time ago at Tucker's. I will never forget the way she slaps you on your behind. It's a gift and it's love.
Right.
But I just watch her. I want to thank you for how you have kept me up to date with everything that's going on in the community. I thank you for your hard work and your dedication to what you do at the One Radio. So, shouts out to Nikita.
Yeah, shout out to Nikita. So, okay, Cedric, thank you for tuning in, Cedric, as well. He's been helping us with the setup and everything.
Thank you, Cedric.
Thank you, Cedric. We love you.
Boss, I'm going to tell you, I went to this man February 13th. I sat down. I said, Cedric, look, we set up a meeting. Everyone's telling me I should write a book and tell my story. So he's like, what do you want to do? I said, well, I love taking amazing pictures. Right. I said, so how about we'll take a picture and then I'll write a letter to myself. And so he was like, what do you want me to do? I said, well, I really want to read the letters. And I want you can just put music behind it and give it its own, heartbeat.
Right.
Well, he was like, okay. That day, we went in the studio, recorded the first track. I'm 10 years old. Wow. He was like, do you have the letters with you? And I'm like, no. He said, but you have it in you. You're right. I've been rehearsing that for 40 years.
Wow.
And I'm 10 years old, was recorded that day. I was like, oh, my goodness.
It's just like reliving that time that you was there.
Oh, it was reliving, but it was also, once again, I got to say my truth.
Right.
And I called them burnt love letters because after I said it, internally, emotionally, mentally, I set it on fire and I let it go.
Oh, wow.
Ashes to ashes.
Wow.
I put that to rest in me.
It's done.
It's done.
Wow. Yes. I mean, you're right. It's like, with Cedric, he's on it. And that's one thing I said last night to myself, and I was inboxing Nikita, and we was talking about Cedric, because, I mean, she brags on him, and that's her son, and, she loves her Cedric so much.
Yes.
And I think I heard so much about Cedric, like I knew him before I actually got to meet him.
Yes.
Because she speaks so highly of him.
But he's very framing.
Yeah.
I mean, he has so much knowledge. So he's a vault.
Yeah. And what I like about him too, he's a person of his word. Because even when people in the past, I mentioned things, I wanted to do this. This is what I wanted to do with this title. They just say, oh yeah, we can do that. And they never discussed it with me again. But I can say with Cedric, he's like, look, we can do this tomorrow. Hey, let's get on this.
And, you know, it's hard to find people like that will stand behind and believe with you and have faith in you to even not just stand beside you, but push you.
And that's the thing. He gave me freedom, gave me knowledge, but he took it to a level that I didn't even see.
Wow.
You have to listen to it. And when you listen to the way he added the pen and the other things that he just, with each track, it was like, oh, wait a minute, well, we should do this. Oh, and it just made it more powerful. And he kept saying, this is a production. This is a production. And I just kept saying, I want to save souls.
Right.
I want to save lives.
Right.
I want to heal people. And he was like, we about to do that.
Oh.
So I thank him.
Yes.
I thank him. He never once, and the one thing I do like also about him, he's very humble and he in his right, and he's not greedy.
No.
He is
and you can
not
see, you can
greedy.
feel that from him, even just talking to him. And what I like about Cedric is that a lot of people probably don't like the way he talk and where he coming from, but I like the realness, and he gives you something to think about. And when later on, it might be at that moment to where you're like, oh, I don't like the way he said that. I kind of offended me. But then later on, when you go back, you'll say, okay, I know exactly what he's talking about. Excuse me for a minute. Go back out there. Close the door. Close the door. Sorry about that. I had a small interruption with the grandkids.
That was love.
Yeah.
Love just
They always
entered
try to
the
check
room.
out what grandma's
That's
trying to
That's
do.
it. Love entered the room, and we love. I love them grandbabies. They can't do no wrong.
Okay. What do you consider your form of writing to be?
I call it spoken heart because I'm speaking from my heart.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm telling you my truth. I didn't mean for it to rhyme. It just kind of happened to come out that way, especially when the music was put behind it.
Right.
And some things I wrote down, and some things I just sat there and I just spoke.
Right.
So it's an avant-garde, different type of thing.
Okay.
So a spoken heart.
So after this CD, do you see?
Yes.
Another one gonna come.
Yes.
All right.
You have to. If you are walking in your truth and you're walking in your purpose, and I feel that this is my purpose, then Cedric and I have already talked about the next one. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Yes, we've already talked about it.
Okay, through your writing, what message do you want others to receive after reading your words or even listening to your words?
Listen to the little girl in you, the young man in you, because that voice knows you better, but that voice is closer to the Most High.
Right.
It knows your assignment.
Right.
They know your worth and they're fearless. When I set the little girl in me free, mountains moved.
Wow.
Valleys became beautiful. Mountains became breathtaking. I want you to know that you can do whatever you want to do if you put in the work. I've had to do therapy, intense therapy, because you don't come from having a mental illness, being sexually violated while in the military, dealing with abandonment issues, being bullied, having low self-esteem as your best friend. You don't come from that without doing some work.
Exactly.
But I'm living proof that if you do the work, set yourself free, stop lying. And when you do that, you can come back and say whatever you want to say about me. What you gonna say that I don't know? What you gonna say that I ain't said?
Like next.
But I want you to take away what your worth is.
Right.
Wow. Now that's a powerful message right there. That's powerful. Now, poet. We're going to talk about Fiiire as a poet. When is the first time that you realized that you was a poet?
You know what? I know some great poets, okay? Vocab, Glow, Cedric,
Yes.
Nikita.
Yes.
Okay, that's poets.
Yes.
I like to write.
Right.
And I want to say about 7 years ago at a women's convention,
Mm-hmm.
asked me to speak.
Okay.
And I just so happened to have wrote a couple of poetry pieces for the first time.
Okay.
And I got up there and read them. And they were like, with your voice and the way that you express things and the way that you speak from the heart, it's poetic. Wow. So I'm not the one with the everything's not going to rhyme. It's not going to just be, I'm not no slam. No. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you my truth.
Okay. When I wrote poetry in
Yes.
a true existence, it wasn't until I attended an open night with some girlfriends that I was brought into different temperatures with a poetic style.
Yes.
Could you tell us what temperature of poet are you, and why do you consider yourself to be on that level?
I don't have a temperature.
Okay.
I just write from my heart.
Right.
I write from what I know.
Right. And I can say, like, when we say, we can say also, like, the mode, with me and you, it could be just like that meditation mode. It could be that healing mode.
But mine is healing.
And strength.
Yes, mine is healing.
Yes.
The first piece I've ever wrote was a piece called Go Tell It.
Okay.
And it talked about a young girl that was 16 and 7 months pregnant.
Okay.
What does her future hold? Her mom is 25, has 7 kids by 5 different men. The keys to positive living you think she was ever told? Cheryl's dad is 29, serving life, therefore leaving Cheryl fatherless and out in the cold. Now, you don't need to close your eyes to visualize the picture that I'm painting by the colors that I've thrown against my canvas. But how do I redirect this uneasy drawing into a work of art, priceless, worth selling, one that touches the heart? For you see, it's garbage as it stands. Wow. It's not even worth giving a second glance. Where do we place the blame? Who dropped the ball? Is it society, the church, the family, or a combination of the three of them all? See, that's me. I'm going to tell you what's real, how I feel, and heal with it.
Okay. Did you inherit your talent in poetry from anyone in your family, like your grandparents, your sisters, or brothers?
My grandfather was a Baptist minister.
Okay.
To me, his messages were poetic.
Okay.
My sister, Shauna Scoop.
Shout out to Scoop.
Yes. Writes.
Okay.
And but the one who is a beast is my oldest daughter.
Oh, wow.
D'Angela Vinson, I love you, is like amazing.
Wow.
Okay, when I say amazing, amazing and gifted. And my son, Delonte Vincent, Julian Jones, they can just spit off the dome.
Wow.
But mine came later in life because I didn't feel confident enough. I was like, okay, I always felt I had to do everything a particular way, the right way. But what is the right way?
Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of people don't understand, because especially when I went out to certain scenes, they were like, "Oh, get up there to the mic, get up to the mic," and I'm like, "No." And the reason why I wouldn't get up there was at that point, as I was starting to love myself and starting to heal, my poetry was more or less something that was for healing, meaning that I'm sitting in a room, I'm sitting up here, just getting into thought, into mode, bringing things to life. It wasn't something, I mean, it's nothing against the ones that do the ones off the head and slam. I'm going to tell you, I am in awe, because when I look, I'm like, I even asked the kid, how do you do it?
How?
Because I know my memory is not that good.
No. No, mine is
I'm like, how do they do it?
But y'all bless me.
Yes.
And I love spoken word. I
love
slam
it.
poetry.
I love it.
I love the way they are just
express
just a melody.
it. Oh,
It's
yes.
the way you do it. It's
just like
priceless.
music.
It's
Yes.
captivating. Thank you.
And so I know personally how hard it is to being a single mother. But was it complicated in following your dreams to where it had to be placed on the back burner for a minute?
I really didn't start really walking
Mm.
in my purpose until my children were grown.
Okay.
I'm a retired nurse.
Okay.
I want to say 2 years ago,
Okay.
I started, with Indywood, the play.
Okay.
But I'm, speaking here and there.
Right.
But everything that I'm doing,
Mm.
I didn't see. The only thing that I saw that I loved doing and I still love, and it's my passion, is modeling.
Oh, you're great at it.
I love that.
And I showed my daughter. I meant to tell you, I showed my daughter your pictures because she kept saying, she said, "Mom," when she saw me print out everything for you, she was like, "Mom, she looks so familiar." I said, "Well, you was at the comedy club." She said, "No, it's something else." And when I showed her your pictures and the model, she's like, "Oh, she's so beautiful, Mom."
Thank you.
And then, believe it or not, my daughter, shout out to Keyshawn Scott, she says Kiki Gray,
Hey.
but she also coming up had struggled with insecurities, and I've always told her, I said, "You're beautiful." And she felt as me being mom, I'm supposed to say that.
Yes, we
And,
are.
my daughter knows me. She knows I'm very outspoken. I'm like, "Nah, you know better than that." I said, "If you wasn't beautiful, I wouldn't say anything. But
Yes.
you are beautiful." So, it took years and battles for her to actually get that confidence to see that she is that beautiful person. And so, and her scars come from different places, not having daddy there and wondering why, So hers came from a different place, but she still had to deal with that.
I have a piece on there titled "Enough is Enough."
Okay.
Enough is enough. Go download it. Go listen to it. By the end of it, you will understand that you are enough. You have always been enough. And you will always be enough.
Okay. Have any of your children been so taken away by a piece that they read or heard written by you and used it for another level of talent? And the reason why I asked you that is because my son, rest in peace, when he was living, he used to always read my pieces. And this is before the book got published. He would always read it after I finished typing it up and printing it out. And there were some pieces where he would try to make a song out of it. Have you ever found your children doing anything like that?
No. Like I said, we started this February 23rd, 2020.
Okay.
The last track was recorded
Okay.
March 13th on a Friday, which was good luck for me. 2020, a month. I would send the tracks, before they were mastered to my best friend and to my youngest child.
Okay.
And she would be like, the first time she heard it, she's like, "Mom, that's raw. That's emotional. That's good."
Okay.
But my oldest, no, I've praise danced, which is my true passion. Yes, that's my true passion. I've praise danced with my oldest.
Okay.
And D'Angela is a special young lady that I love all my children. I wanted to say that they are all gifted. In the midst of my battles, I look forward to the time when we're closer.
Right.
And we're there all the time. But sometimes you have to walk your walk out. Sometimes you have to do some things. I miss them. And I'm forever in debt to their dad for, showing them unconditional love and allowing them to be there.
Okay. I just got a message from Cedric himself. We can go on YouTube.
Okay.
And
yes.
actually play a piece so
they
can hear it. I hope I'm understanding him right.
Okay.
Because I didn't know we could do that.
Yes.
But, let's see here. We're going to see about going to YouTube.
Okay.
And have y'all listen to a piece of Miss Fiiire. And he said, please. Okay.
Did you ask him which one?
Which one did you want us to listen to, Cedric? Can you tell us? Okay, he's telling us it doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna go. It'd be under what, Stephanie Nious or the Fiiire?
It's under burnt love letters.
Okay.
Burnt love letters to myself. Fire with 3 eyes, because I'm just that hot. And guess
That's
what?
right. That's right.
So are you.
Okay, we're gonna look at that so the people can hear it. Let's see. Burnt love letters.
I don't know which one. I'm like,
You talking about the one to the phone right here?
I don't know which one. Okay, what mood are you in to hear that way? Did you find it?
Okay, it's not popping up yet. Let's see if it come up. Come on, work with us.
I've been listening to it all
Okay,
morning.
there we go.
Okay, so there.
This one here?
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm new at this. He's educating
helping
me.
us.
He's
Thank
helping
you.
educate us. Thank you so much, Cedric.
mm,
So we got about that. I'm 10 years old. Your mom. Okay.
you know what?
You know the
So-
one I want to hear. I
What's
want
the one
everybody
you
here.
wanna hear?
Is that the one I felt the most? I said outside of work. If it's okay with you,
What, the four? Be-
the 4 beautiful butterflies.
Everybody's heard that one. I'm gonna let you hear that one at the end. Let me give you.
Okay,
So what?
we got broken masterpieces.
Yeah, let's go. Go
Okay.
with that. Because I am a broken masterpiece.
Get past the commercials.
Yes.
And this is Fiiire with 3 eyes.
Because I'm just that hot.
Okay, we wait for it to load.
Spicy, you're truly just a gift. You are. Cedric is a gift.
Okay, it's still trying to load. We're trying to get it to load so you can hear it.
Dear me, 27 years ago, we were given the diagnosis of bipolar, anxiety, and PTSD.
The background on Broken
It
Masterpiece.
was a life sentence. I
I was-
appealed. It was reduced to life with no parole. Mental illness, and there's no cure. Until recently, that's what I believed.
Wow.
At first, I had no insurance, no psychiatrist to see. I had to choose insurance for me or my children. You know I chose them. So I self-medicated with alcohol to quiet my mind. I needed to rest. I just needed to sleep. I was in my own mental jail for so long. No doctor, no insurance. What was I to do? I wish I knew to tell you. Back then, Stephanie just self-soothed. I had no DBT skills back then. I made a lot of mistakes. Mess on top of mess on top of mess. Now I'm gentle with myself. I have deep wounds, deep scars. Healing though is taking place. Thank you to the Most High God. I had no idea that I would become an alcoholic. You see, Tanqueray vodka and Patron, man, they became my best friends. I will never forget the day I woke up with a bloody black eye with gravel embedded in my face. I had no idea how I got that way. My tolerance for alcohol had grown way too high. I was blacking out drunk. Y'all know that's not healthy. That's not healthy.
Okay. That was a piece of the burnt love letters to myself. And what do you call that track there that we just listened to?
Broken Masterpiece.
Broken masterpieces. That was beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Cedric. Thank you very much for leading us to that.
Oh, yes.
So that dropped today, everyone.
Yes.
Stephanie Nious, Fiiire with 3 eyes, burnt love letters to myself.
Yes, ma'am.
How does it feel? I mean, what is the feeling to know that you have accomplished this here?
It's surreal.
It's-
I'm a very humble person.
Right.
So if I can touch one person, if I can touch two and just let them know that you're not walking your journey by yourself, then I've accomplished more.
Okay.
And everything that I've done and every walk that I've been through and every heartache that I felt will not have been in vain. But this is like, oh my goodness, it's like a dream.
Right.
And I'm like waiting to wake up.
Right.
So it's like I'm in a daydream.
Exactly. I know that all too well.
Yes.
Yes, because I mean, it's just like a little kid in
Yes.
a gift, you know.
Yes. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't see this.
So
What?
do you step back and you look and he's like, is this really me?
Yes, I do. And when I listen to it, I'm like, what? Who?
Right.
Huh? Oh, girl. Yes. But I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of you too. Very proud.
It took a lot of courage.
Mm-hmm.
It took a lot of courage because I'm telling my truth.
Right.
I'm
at some points it became emotional.
Oh, it
emotional
was
for
very
you.
emotional to the point where, like I said, I was in bed for days
Oh, okay.
after Broken Masterpiece because who wants to get that diagnosis? And people put so much negative stigma attached to mental illness.
Right.
You know what? It says by. Okay, I have two.
Mm.
God said that, you know what? I got so much creativity, so much stuff to put in her. I'm just going to I'm going to allow her to be able to feel
Right.
in multiple ways, and that's how I am. I can live, I can love, I can function, I can work. I just like the next person.
Right.
I have my good days, I have my bad days. I'm ups and I'm down. But if you before when after getting the diagnosis, they ended up I had no insurance. And I had to choose insurance for my children or insurance for me. Well, of course, I chose my children.
Right.
So then I started self-medicating with alcohol. And that wasn't a good thing.
Right.
And then finally I was able to get insurance, and they had me on 24 pills a day.
Wow.
24. I was walking in a fog, numb. But I kind of, at times, I welcomed that.
Right.
Because I didn't have to feel the turmoil
Right.
that was going on. But now, 2 pills a day.
Wow.
With bipolar, you need some form of mood stabilizer, especially if you're, depending on the type of cycler you are, which means either you're excessively happy or you're excessively depressed. And that's how I lived my life for 40 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
Is either excessively happy, I can do any and everything, or I'm hopeless. No one's gonna love me. I'm not good enough. Let me settle for less. I didn't even know what worth was. I was so comfortable with less than.
Right.
And I made a huge amount of mistakes. I have a huge amount of scars. Every one of my tattoos, and I'm tatted up, tells a story. But I am a beautiful, broken masterpiece.
You're beautiful.
Yes.
Just beautiful inside and out. We want to give a shout out to Dre Coop and Lala Marie. They're watching right now.
Hey, oh, Lala.
Hey, Lala.
Y'all, you need to hear her voice.
Oh,
It's
she
magical.
has a beautiful voice. She
It's
really does.
magical. On She Rose and Dreams Do Come True. She made them in Four Beautiful Butterflies. You made it magical. But Lala in the studio when recording was such a motivation.
Oh, wow.
Because she was like, at first they thought I was acting. But when they found out, wait a minute, these are real life situations that she's dealing with, they were like, she was like, whoa, how? And when I needed to breathe, she let me breathe. She just was such a soothing soul. It was like the Most High himself put her on assignment for that.
Yeah, she's a beautiful one, very beautiful spirit. I know I tell Cedric every time I see her, all I see is a smile. That's it. I see a smile. And I mean, the voice. The first time I heard her voice, I mean, it makes the whole room be still,
Yes.
and it's just that
Yes.
sweet melody that just escapes
Yes.
from her vocal cords. I mean, y'all have to listen. She also has a CD out as well,
Yes, she does.
and it's just a voice that you will never forget.
No.
And I knew her voice when I heard a piece of your CD. I knew that was her.
Yes, yes, it's very distinct, but it was right on time. And she was like, "What do you want me to do? What do you?" I said, "I just want you to do you. I want you to listen to it,
Right.
close your eyes, and do what you do."
Right.
None of this was rehearsed. I think I only recorded 2 over.
Okay.
These were first takes.
Okay.
Then I would come back behind it after listening to Cedric and, okay, I want to do this. I want to say this. I forgot to say this. I want to say this behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had the opportunity and the freedom. And the thing is, it's mine.
Right. Right.
I own the rights
Oh,
to
yeah.
I Am Fire.
And that is a
Freedom.
great feeling.
Come on.
That's a great feeling to say,
Yes.
this is mine.
This is my baby.
You can't take this from me. This is
No.
all mine. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. Can you tell everyone where they can find the CD or where they can download it and listen to it? And also, how they can get in contact with you if they have any questions or just want to talk to you.
I'm on Facebook as Stephanie Nious, Nious. I'm the only Stephanie. The album cover is my profile picture. Message me. I reply back. I have my modeling page, which I just use now as my professional public figure page. It's just Fiiire, Fiiire. That's 3 I's. On YouTube, I am Fiiire altogether, and 3_crosses. Reach out. I'm available for bookings. I'm available for conferences. I'm available for anywhere we're healing wounded souls. I'm available to contribute. You just need to reach out and we can work some things out.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people, even walking in what I walk in, they open up more when it's somebody they know that actually been through what they're going through.
Yes.
Because they can actually feel, okay, they understand me.
Yes.
It's hard to reach out to people that it's like, okay, they never been through this. They don't understand what I'm feeling or what I've gone through and how to overcome it,
No, they don't.
I do appreciate you coming in. It's been such a joy. Did I become a stranger?
No.
Are
we
you
need
ready?
to work together.
I know you're done with the CD. We're going to have to let it marinate for a while,
Yes.
get it in.
Yes.
And, I mean, I'll be getting my copy next week. I'm going to download mine.
Please,
I'm
please.
excited because I sat in that parking lot at work. And when I heard it, it was just like, wow, I want more. I want more of Stephanie Nious. So it's a lot of love for you.
Thank you.
And, I mean, do you have some people you want to shout out to?
I want to shout out to my kids, D'Angela Vincent, Delonte Vincent, Julian Jones, Nious Jones with Madhouse Lip Liqueur and Cosmetics for the beautiful makeup. You always keep your mom right and her lips popping. I want to shout out Miss Pat Moore with Envious Fashions and Boutique. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I want to shout out to my amazing braider, the Jamaican Queen, Miss Pam. You always do me right.
You tough.
No,
You
I
tough.
did this. She does the braids. We come up with the creative style. But this one is a unique one for Miss Gray. I had to do my crown right for Miss Spicy. I had to make it a little
You just know
spicy.
those are my colors. I love those colors. You did it. You knew already. But it's beautiful, beautiful. I really appreciate you coming in here, blessing us with everything about you and the upcoming CD. We wish you the best of love. And I know it's going to be great. God got more doors to open for you.
And I'm waiting to walk through them.
That's
and the
right.
most fierce pair of pumps that I
Can't wait
can
to see
find.
them. And maybe the pump's going to match the outfit because I'm going to be looking for that outfit. I want it.
Just call Miss Pat Moore.
I'm going to have to call Miss Pat Moore. I want that outfit.
Look, yes. I also do one last thing. I do want to thank the Davis family. They're my church family. We met at Grace First Baptist,
Okay.
but my logo is from Fiiire Davis.
Okay.
There is a track called Acknowledgement to the author from Rashima Davis, who wrote that. And she compared knowing me as having a glimpse of a comet that only comes every 75 to 76 years.
Wow.
It was just breathtaking. And while she's reading her acknowledgement to me on the track, her son, Shem Davis, is playing in the back. And Trey Davis put it all together and sent it to me, you know, in the MP3, all them formats. So I love the Davis family. That's my other family. I'm going to shout out to Edward Jones. Thank you for always taking amazing, beautiful pictures. I cannot wait to see what we do and what we come together with on this video for 4 beautiful butterflies. Y'all wait for it. Wait for it. It's going to be magical. Cedric.
I can't wait to see this. I
Yes.
mean, it sounds so exciting. So everybody's used to the nutrition as we get ready to close out. And I asked you to come on and bring our nutrition for today. So do you have something for us to give us a piece of you?
Give me a piece of me. A piece of me is, I have a lot of love
Right.
in here. If I hurt you during my broken stages, I apologize. Please forgive me, because I've forgiven myself. I can't change anything that I've done, but I can meet you right here, right now, and give you the best that Stephanie has. During the midst of this crisis with this coronavirus, be gentle with yourself. Mental illness is real. You need some sun. You need rest. You need exercise, good food. And everyone, check on your loved ones.
Yes.
This is a time for us to get back to what was real, real life connection. Take care of yourself, and remember, I got 3 eyes, not just because I'm hot, but because it's spiritual. And he keeps me lifted up. Pray, meditate, find your quiet spot, and energize yourself with the right frequencies, and it'll work out.
Amen, amen. We appreciate that. Appreciate that. So this has been Spicy Gray with Unspoken Heart and Stephanie Nious, Fiiire with 3 eyes.
Because I'm just that hot.
That's right. So we're going to see you next Thursday. We will be posting what time. We're not sure, being that they got the lockdown. We might have to move the time up again. But I guess for next Thursday will be Anthony Crawford. If y'all remember the old commercial, Taco Bell, where he used to do the Taco Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah, so
all right.
yes, he will be here. He will be here where we'll be talking about I'm in love with 2 people. Is that possible?
I'm going
Wow.
to tune in.
Oh, yes.
I am in love with 2 people.
Yes, so
Me, and I'm in love with Stephanie Nious and Fiiire. So it's possible.
yeah, we love Cedric too. We love Cedric too.
Oh,
so.
man, look, come on. I am forever indebted to
Yes.
Mr. Cedric Bellamy.
Yeah, no, but
Legacy
love.
City. But nothing but,
Yes.
got nothing but love for you. And I appreciate the education
Yes.
that
The
he is
knowledge.
giving us. Y'all need to take tune. Independent artists, you need to reach out to Street Legend Radio.
Yes.
Get your stuff in rotation.
They also have a podcast, so y'all tune in to there as well. Power from Men be on there. I mean, I love it every time I see
That's
it.
a beautiful thing to see
Yeah.
some black.
Plus, they give you a lot of
kings.
comedy section too.
Yeah.
They'll laugh. They're a huge laugh. Little jokesters in there. But they talk about real stuff.
Yes.
But we'll see you next week here on the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Thank you very much. Y'all have a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.